Good morning. Hello, my name is Monique Kyle, and today I want to talk to you all about never putting off tomorrow for what you can share today. And what I mean by this is, we all have many people that go and come into our lives, some that we appreciate having around in our lives. My life has a special person, and this person would be my grandmother Emily. She had the biggest impact on my life. She was loving, always had a kind word for everyone. She was full of wisdom and laughter that we all appreciated in our family. Now I ask you, the audience, do you have anyone, just anyone in your life that has a great impact on your life that has made you to be the person that you are today? Well, I'm sure before my speech is over, you sit back in the back of your mind and that person will come forward to you in your mind. Well, I'm going to share a little bit about my grandmother. My grandmother was devoted. She devoted much of her time ensuring that I did my schoolwork, that I did my chores, that I abided by the rules and regulations, and that I had respect for everyone, and most of all, that I had respect for myself. She always taught me never be afraid to challenge anyone. If you know that your facts are correct, without being disrespectful, challenge that person, and also challenge your own self. Another thing, appreciation. On a daily basis, you should tell your loved ones, family, your friends, people that are near and dear in your life, tell them how much that you appreciate them. A simple I love you, a simple thank you, doing things just because. This means a lot in a person's life. This world that we live in today, all too often, we always want something in return. Now we have to just love each other and just do kind acts. This will take us a long way, and people truly remember us instead of remember all of the negative and bad things about us in life. For instance, since 9/11, that was just an horrific act that was done, and it really, really, truly damaged a lot of lives. Some people didn't have the opportunity to even tell their loved ones, to give them a final goodbye. I love you. And when I say this, this is what I mean. Many times we all argue about small things. We never apologize to each other. And we need to practice this because life is not guaranteed to us anymore. And this brings me to of what happened to my grandmother. My grandmother suffered a stroke. And we thought that she was going to come home, and unfortunately she didn't. But the one thing that I can remember about my grandmother is I always told my grandmother I loved you. I always went to see my grandmother. And there were times that I didn't go see her the way that I should have. But as I reflect back over my life, I'm thankful for the time that she shared, that I had the time that I had to share with my grandmother. And, the things that she really instilled in me, she taught me how to cook, and I miss her cooking. She was the best cook. She would make these humongous biscuits. They were called hoe cakes. And I'm sure you all may not know what that is, but it's almost like spoon bread. It's like dough that you take and you put it into the black cast iron pan and you bake it in the oven. That's what a hoe cake is. And it was really, really good. Fattening, but it was good. Now, as I move along, something else that I want to share with you all. One of the main reasons that I returned to college to further my education was because of my grandmother. My grandmother always told me, get your education. Your education is your future. This will take you to places that you will not believe. It will afford you more options in your life. Where during my grandmother's life, college was not an option for her. When she got finished with school and the little education that she did get, which was a ninth grade education, she had to stop work to help take care of her family. So she never had the opportunity to get a degree. But the degree that I would give my grandmother is family. Because she really put into your heart what family is. And family to her was, showing each other that you loved them, being there for each other, not turning your backs on each other. And of course, we all have family members that no matter what you say or what you do, they're going to have their own ways. And there's nothing we can do about a person like that. You know, you can love them, you can speak, but that doesn't mean you have to subject yourself to their brutality. Some people just won't change in life. As I say once again in my life, that we all should just appreciate the time that we do have with our loved ones. Now let's talk about beliefs and values. She has some very tough values and some very, very tough beliefs that she held accordingly into her life. And one of her values would be when it came to dating. She didn't believe that a young woman should chase after a man. She believed that, if, as she would tell me, if you're going to court, you let this man come and get you. You let this man come take you out. But you always take a quarter, because if you ever need to get home, you use that quarter and I'll be right there to pick you up. And as far as her beliefs, she didn't believe in all this worldly stuff that we have out here today. And she has, and that's a valid point that she would bring to me, because when you have younger children growing up in life, you don't want your children to be raised by the world. You want the children to be raised by family. And you want your children to be raised in a family filled with love, not a family filled with hatred or any other uncanny beliefs. So as I get to the close of my speech, I challenge you all. How often have you told your mother, your brother, your sister, your husband, your wife, a friend, how much they mean to you? Have you ever shared your deepest thoughts with anyone? Or better yet, do you have anyone to share your deepest thoughts? Well, I'm going to close now. I hope you all enjoyed my speech. Have a wonderful day. Bye.